Day trading should not be complicated. In fact, it should be incredibly simple, and simplicity is what led me to make over $500,000 my very first year of learning how to trade. These are some of my brokerage statements. You can see market appreciation, $60,000 November of last year, $85,000 January of this year, $40,000 July of this year, just some of my brokerage statements. But today I will be sharing with you guys my favorite, incredibly simple setups that led me to become my profitable. And make sure you still till the end because I'm saving my favorite setup for last. And let's get into it. Every setup that I'll be talking about in today's video is going to be based off of price action. So what is price action? Price action is not 20 different weird complex indicators on my screen. There's more indicators than there's charts. There's craziness. Not at all. It is literally pretty much essentially price. It is not news. It is not Jerome Powell lowering rates. It is not crazy earnings reports. It's none of that. Literally none of that is part of price action. It is not my grandmother telling me not to buy Bitcoin and not to invest in this. And it is not my uncle at the dinner table saying, hey, I heard this was a good company. None of that is price action. That is not what I trade, and that is not what I teach. I teach price action, which is purely charts and candlesticks and pattern. That's it. That's all I look at, and that's what we will be doing in today's video. I'll be teaching you price action setups. Alrighty, so here's what we need for this price action setup to get started. We need somewhere to trade or paper trade on, and you need the 20 simple moving average setup. Let's get into how to do that. Alrighty, so here I am actually using TradingView for this, right? So just make a TradingView account, look up TradingView on Google, make a free account, it's completely free. To enable paper trading, what you want to do is you want to go over down here to trading panel and you want to click on paper trading and set that up. And just like that, you have paper trading on your TradingView. To set up your indicator, you want to go to indicators and you want to look up SMA, moving average simple. Like my setups, this indicator is simple. You want to right click on the indicator and then you want to go to settings. You want to go to inputs and you want to change the length to 20 to make it a 20 period moving average. And just like that, you are ready to start learning my favorite setup, which is introducing the breakout. So the first thing that we look for whenever we look for a breakout, this is a setup that I literally use every day, by the way. First thing we look for is an uptrend or a move up. So we're looking for a move up. As we can see, we have a move up here. Second part, we're looking for a nice tight base. And we are looking for an uptrending 20 period moving average under price. So we want it to be under price and we want price to be trending higher. Uptrend and moving average to be under price. Under price, trending higher. Easy. Now we want it to base into the 20 period moving average. Put your entry above the base, stop loss below the base. Boom! That's the setup. It's that simple. Now you're probably like, wait a second, this is a little too easy. And yeah, you're right. There's a lot that goes into making this higher or lower quality. Let's go into an example. This is a trade that I made about $2,000 off literally 2 weeks ago. So we had a nice move up. We had a nice base here into the 20 period moving average. And I scalped this higher with pretty big size and boom, explosion higher. I literally took it pretty much off the initial pop. We had a move back in and then it kind of came back up, but I took it literally up here. Like as soon as it popped, I was gone. I was out. That's the setup. That's literally it. And ladies and gentlemen, guess what? You can actually flip this setup. And this is actually my favorite setup of all time, the breakdown. It's literally the exact same thing, except flipped. So instead of an uptrend, we're looking for a downtrend or move lower. We're looking for the 20 period average to be overpriced, trending lower. We're flipping it. You see what I'm doing here? We want to see a move down. We want to see a nice and tight base. We want to put our entry below the base because we want the resistance, or sorry, support in this case, to be broken. That's when we know, okay, this area of support is being broken. That's when we enter the position. You put your stop loss above the base. Guys, please put stop losses. Do not trade this without a stop loss. Horrible, horrible idea. And boom, you get a nice move lower. That is how we do it. Very simple setup and can be flipped both ways. And guys, I prefer the breakdown. I trade the breakdown several times, pretty much every day. Let's go into some examples that I traded this week. Here we have the Beyond. I actually called this live in front of all of my students last week. So this thing dropped and we can see that we have a nice clean base, especially towards the end here. We have a nice clean base into the 20 period moving average, declining. We can see that it was a gap down. This is a big part of what I trade. I trade gaps and boom, beautiful breakdown. I personally made over $1,000 on this move and a bunch of students that I called this out live for made a lot of money off of this. So this was incredible. Alrighty, so this is going to be the second example that I'm going to show of the breakdown. We had a nice base from right here, we have a nice move lower and we have a base into the 20 period moving average. Now this also looked good on the level 2 and boom, whole flush lower. I made over $1,000 on this trade. Do you guys see how simple this setup is? This is not complicated. There's not 20 million indicators that are flying all over the screen, right? This is really simple stuff. Now here's the thing. Just because it's simple does not mean it is easy. Those two words do not mean the same thing. When I say the word simple, I basically mean that anybody can understand and digest this concept. Anybody, even a 5-year-old. However, what you learned today, the breakout and the breakdown, are only two setups without any context around it. You still have no idea how to differentiate a high quality setup versus a low quality setup. You still have no idea how to even scan for these setups, what to trade with these setups, how to use level 2, how to use other indicators to make those setups even better. Now, there's a 10-hour free course in my bio that you can go to right now that is going to teach you all of those things in depth, how to utilize everything. And if you want to take things a step further and apply for mentorship from my mentor and me to help teach you how to trade with our simple strategy, link is in bio. Or alternatively, just subscribe to this channel because I'm going to be posting more content about all of those factors very, very soon. So make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see next.